Hey, good morning, everybody. It is Friday, May 26th. My name is Alan, and I want to welcome you to my Spiritual Growth Through Recovery podcast. Purpose of these videos is to grow my spirituality through following the AA program of recovery. I do that by being honest as I can be, vulnerable, and accountable, which is why I make these videos. I'm no expert in AA or recovery or sobriety. I'm just trying to live life on life's terms and do it sober. The recipe we follow here is we read the daily reading out of the AA Daily Reflections book. There is a link in the description if you'd like to follow along. I'll just share my take on what I got from the reading as well as some other topic that's been around my brain. So for today, end of the week, topic is going to be turning negative into positive, and do part 2 of that emotional neglect trauma. All right, let's get busy. May 26th, happy Friday. Turning negative into positive. Our spiritual and emotional growth in AA does not depend so deeply upon success as it does upon our failures and setbacks. If you will bear this in mind, I think that your slip will have the effect of kicking you upstairs instead of down, as Bill sees at page 184. In keeping with the pain and adversity which our founders encountered and overcame in establishing AA, Bill W. sent us a clear message. A relapse can provide a positive experience towards abstinence and a lifetime of recovery. Relapse brings truth to what we hear repeatedly in meetings. Don't take that first drink. It reinforces the belief in the progressive nature of the disease, and it drives home the need for and beauty of humility in our spiritual program. Spiritual truths come in complicated ways to me when I become ego-driven. All right, relapses. I guess kind of what I took from that was, we have to learn how to live life on life's terms. Things aren't always going to go smooth. And it's funny how often I can try to control everything. It doesn't always work out that way, but I feel the need to kind of make things fit a certain way. And if I just let go of things and rolled with it, I'd probably be better off. And if life was always about sunshine or rainbows, you get bored. So I think we need that yin and yang to things, right? Talks about having a relapse kicking you upstairs instead of down. And with as many relapses I've had, it's a hard perspective for me to have. But there's always lessons to be learned in our failures and our struggles, so if we can focus on that, I think that will help. Talks about keeping with the pain and adversity which we found in establishing AA. About changing a positive, taking a positive experience out of a negative one, right? I've been avoiding pain for such a long time. It's okay to lean into that. Feel the pain, learn what you need to learn, and move on, instead of running from it and it chases you down. I'm still learning to embrace some of my failures. So I do okay in some areas and others not so well. All right, so that's that. Now I wanted to kind of wrap up the emotional neglect trauma. After this week, I'm going to start dedicating these to a more positive outlook. I kind of feel like I'm negative and down a lot, so I'm going to try to turn my negative into a positive, all right? So last time we talked about what trauma is, different types of trauma, what's an emotional trauma, emotional neglect trauma, symptoms and common responses. So today I want to talk about, just to quickly recap. So emotional neglect trauma is it's a deeply distressing and disturbing experience. It's the end result of events or experiences that have left us feeling deeply unsafe and helpless. It's not something done to you, it's something that failed to happen to you. It's almost like invisible, a void, right? So how is it caused, right? So, and I don't want to blame my parents because I'm not a perfect parent either, but I think when our parents or caregivers fail to give us our emotional needs, then this can happen, right? So it means safe, secure relationships. Feel it's okay to make mistakes and be imperfect. Didn't feel that. Say how we feel and what we need. Nope. Having loving discipline and free to be playful, joyful, and spontaneous. And I was always waiting to be criticized, right? We have a need for love and autonomy, and we need a need to avoid harm, shame, and embarrassment. I got a lot of shame and embarrassment. So what did I experience growing up? I was taught that my thoughts, feelings, and opinions didn't matter, or they're ignored. I was ignored, or my feelings were minimized. Whenever I tried to share something that was going on, pretty much, whatever. As soon as I found alcohol and drugs, I was all in. Drinking helped me numb that stuff, and I could come out and play, right? I never felt like I could trust anyone, and I often felt alone, so I just seeked isolation. Basically, what I remember is either being criticized or feeling nothing. And it's been hard for me to accept, I guess. My parents rarely attended or took any interest in my activities. I had to find my own rides to practice and games. No one was just me, right? Afraid to ask for help. I've overcome that a lot. I was bullied or teased for my thoughts, feelings, or interests. My brother was absolutely brutal with his teasing. I really asked for what I needed. I just realized, why even ask? It ain't gonna happen anyway, at least emotionally. Being vulnerable was not an option. I had to lie about certain things, like quitting basketball. I mean, it was really stupid lie, so these people wouldn't realize how poor we were. I had I felt like I had no inherent value or worth. I had to earn love or do things to be included. So I have two experiences that really kind of stand out to me, that encapsulate kind of what I experienced. One was, at some point I kind of wrote this poem. It was about having no friends and feeling lonely. I shared this with my parents like a Sunday afternoon, watching 60 Minutes, and they kind of read and said, "Oh, nice." And I was kind of like, really? Trying to reach out here, nothing, right? And the other one was, I was driving home one night, and I was often late, getting home on weekends. So I was late, and my mom chewed my ass when I got in. What happened was I got in a fight with my friends, and I was really emotional. I was really sad. This car almost ran me off the road because I wasn't paying attention. I just felt like my world was collapsing on me. And when I tried to share that with her, she had no interest in it. Just, "You're late," just cut me off. And it was that moment where it was done leaning on people, done. It was just me. Nothing, it was going to have to be just me from then. It sucks, man. It's been a sucky thing. All right. So how is this manifests itself in my life today? I wonder about my relationship with my kids. When I was raising them, I felt very comfortable, very confident. But now I'm like, what did I do wrong? And I realize how much of my value of me I put in my kids. I feel like they don't care about me. I know that's not right. I constantly bail on opportunities to build relationships or make connections. I get overwhelmed and I run for isolation whenever I can. I still look to numb out and avoid what I feel. That's the real thing. My default is, well, they don't care about me, so who cares? I still pick down to my friends, ones that are more losers than I am. Being very selfish. If no one's going to take care of me, if I don't take care of me, who will? So yeah, those are some ways that it manifests itself today. In this wonderful relationship where I can share how I feel, but I don't even express my needs because why ask? I got it all. Self-reliant. Anyway, that's kind of how this is manifested. So how can I heal from this? I haven't yet, so I'm taking this internet, right? I think at some point we have to allow it to happen, be open to feel what we need to feel. And I've said this a lot. We need to feel these things without judgment. We need to face and feel whatever that is. And I still don't do that very much. I need to seek support from my loved ones. I need to lean on these people. I need to ask for what I need, right? I'm definitely talking to a counselor. That helps. I need to commit to self-care. It's something about that void space when I go there. I'm terrified of what I'm going to feel, so I avoid it. And I'm just kicking the can down the road. I need to avoid drugs and alcohol, and I need to face these things voluntarily instead of because I need to, right? So that's kind of where I'm at. I'm going to start turning positive here. I just want to encourage you to look for opportunities to learn your lessons and move past those negatives and see the silver linings, right? Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you have a wonderful weekend, and I'll be back next week for more videos. So peace out.